welcome. Doing another Tarot Tuesday. Long awaited, I'm sure. I've not felt like picking up the cards for quite some time. I've vlogged about this a little bit. I'm mostly on TikTok these days, to be honest with you. You should follow me over there, at Orion on TikTok. I've been focusing on music and just doing little micro vlogging on TikTok and Twitter. I haven't even really vlogged that much on my main website. But this is going to be a general reading for the coming week. Today is low power. Today is Tuesday, April 20th. So this is for the week starting Tuesday, April 20th. And this is just going to be a general reading. I am going to start going live on TikTok and giving readings there. So if you want to check it out and get a reading, give me a follow. So I hope things are well with you and yours. Things have been okay in our camp. Can't complain too much, you know? I'm finally getting my chemo poured out. So that's woohoo. I'm gonna just keep shuffling these guys until they tell me that they're done. And they tell me that they're done either by shooting a card out, which will become part of the layout, or by becoming stiff and not wanting to go together. So, it's just a general look at the coming week. What messages do we have? What is it that we need to know? And of course, as usual, I'm reading from my trusty tote deck. Only deck I use anymore. A lot of people get these, there's so many beautiful decks out now. A lot of people get these wonderful like angel cards or oracle cards, or a lot of reimagined decks. And I did get one other deck. I mentioned this a couple of Tarot Tuesdays ago. I need to start playing with. Apparently it's a really tricky deck to work with though. And so I'm so comfortable with these guys. I spent years meditating day after day, doing just one card pulls and reading the chapter in the Book of Tote, the entire chapter, and then going into the card meetings. So, I think we're just about there. Yeah, it's getting a little bit sticky. All right, we will end it there. And I will cut to 3 piles using my left hand, going towards the left. This is my top pile. Okay, so then we have it covers us, it crosses us, Basis of the matter, the recent past of us, before us, in the self, in the mind, in the environment, and the outcome. Okay, so I don't think I can, yeah, if I try to lean my screen down enough to get you a good shot of the cards, the weight of the camera will, and the little ring light that I've got, the weight of them will just make it close completely, unfortunately. Okay, take a sip of my tea. Hope you're having tea also, or coffee, or lemonade, or whatever beverage suits your fancy. All right, so we start in the center, and the card that covered us was the Eight of Swords. This is called interference. The swords are all about air energy, mental energy, and this is Jupiter in Gemini, which is, oddly, it's Jupiter in Gemini is exalted. However, in the case of the Eight of Swords, mental energies, Gemini is kind of spastic, or has those kinds of tendencies, and Jupiter can exacerbate that. So one could find oneself a little bit all over the place this week, or finding that you go to get one thing done and 5 other things crop up that need to get done, or perhaps your mental energies are just scattered and you have a hard time getting going on things or getting through things. That is covered by, crossed by, the Princess of Discs. Let's see if I can get her to come in clear. Hello, dear. There we go. And the discs are earth energy and specifically money, but earth energy in a more general sense. And the princesses in the tote deck align with pages and other decks. And so the princess is a messenger, and so there could be messages of financial opportunities of some kind coming your way this week. Let's see. So the basis of the matter, or what's in the unconscious, or something that's known to us, we have the Ace of Discs. Get it out of my face. There we go. Come on. This ace is really beautiful. You see all the wings? It's like flying down to you. I love this one. So the aces, of course, this is earth and money. Hi, focus on me again. Focus. Okay. Yeah, that's just going to take its sweet time to get there. The aces are the initiation of that energy, the idea of that energy, the concept of that energy coming in. So this is definitely a time this week that we'll be thinking about money in some way. And in the recent past, we've got the Tower. And in most decks, the Tower typically refers to like the Tower of Babel or Babel. I've heard it said both ways. And the tower has to do with, and this is in the recent past, thankfully, this is what we're moving away from. So there was some kind of chaos, there was some kind of major upset or undoing of something in the recent past, but you're getting through it. We are all getting through it. So that's good. I almost got like the eyes of Sauron up here. Whatever arrogance or foolhardiness or whatever that we needed to deal with has been dealt with, and we're moving away from that. Now, in the above position, which is kind of like the ideal that we could expect or hope for, is the Ten of Cups, satiety. And the tens are the last of that energy in the suit. And so it's the culmination of everything having to do with that suit. And in this case, it's cups, which is love, energy, or emotions. The 10 in the tote deck is Mars. I can't see what sign it is. It looks like Pisces. But this is wonderful. This is more than happiness. This is more than just contentment. This is like a wonderful blanketing over you of well, satiety. You're completely enveloped in the love energy. As far as the ideal that could come out of this central situation. Now, going into the future, the energy that we have coming is the Magician, or the Magus in the tote deck. And he's both a trickster and one who can manipulate his environment to his own will. And so having this influence, coming into this influence, moving away from the Tower influence and coming into the Magician influence, with the discs below and the cups above, even though there's potentially some interference, some confusion, the Princess of Discs asks us to stay grounded and centered on the thing that you really want to accomplish this week. And if you do that, this Magician energy is going to serve you really well. As opposed to just kind of feeling like you're all over the place and you have a bunch of balls in the air. You'll actually find that things flow for you and that you can just kind of make things happen. And the Self, it's actually really interesting because on this whole side, it's almost all trump cards or major arcana cards. So in the Self, we have the Emperor. Let's see if we can get him in focus. Here we go. The Emperor is authority, strength, and authority, and rules and a bit of this is the way we've always done it, and patriarchy as well, but also very very strong and masculine energy type card. So this being in the self and having that magician energy coming in to the future, that can be a nice setup. That could definitely offset. This could give you that groundedness that could help from you feeling quite so interfered with or overwhelmed from the Eight of Swords. So focus on that. In the mind, we have discs again. We have the Queen of Discs. And here she's looking away across her domain. And she tells us that there's a certain level of having arrived. And this is in the mind. So definitely this is going to be like a money kind of week. I'm going to say there are financial issues on a lot of people's plates this week. But she's very strong, she's very stable, and so I would say great placement to have her in the mind, because again, with her being earth energy, that'll really counteract any of the flightiness that could come from those swords. So in the environment, this is exciting, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And in the tote deck, it's just known as Fortune. Now this wheel is always moving, so it never stays in one position for too long. But to have this in the environment, whatever situation you might have had going on in the recent past that was oopsie tower energy, that's definitely changing to a more fortuitous situation with the Wheel of Fortune. So this week's definitely going to be a more positive kind of week. Maybe some good news is going to come in. And in the outcome, we have, in the tote deck, it's called Lust. In the standard deck, like Rider-Waite deck and most other common decks, it's known as Strength. And it usually has the image of a woman taming a lion. But in this case, there's a lot more to this symbology, and I don't really want to go into that too much. But suffice it to say that she's riding the beast. She's leashed the beast. And not only that, but she's holding in her hand this crucible of pure life force. So she's completely in command of like higher energy and the quote lower energies. And so to have this in the outcome card is actually really cool. So what it tells me is that whatever challenges might be coming up this week due to interference, and possibly due to any messages that the princess might bring. And she's a neutral card. It's possible that there might be some kind of unknown debt that you had that might come your way as a message about money. And then, oh, shoot, I don't really know what to do about that. How do I handle that? Well, you've got in your unconscious and in your deep wisdom, you've got the Ace of Discs. So you actually have within yourself the knowledge and the ability to solve that if that were to come to you in that way. And in your higher mind, in your higher self, in your superconscious, if you will, you've got this overflowing love energy that will kind of keep you from it will keep you from getting mired in by any potential negative messages that you might get regarding money. And with the mages in the future, if you have to juggle things a little bit, have some balls in the air, you're not going to have any problem with that at all. You're going to have exactly the skills that you need with a nice, strong, stable, authoritative hand, and with a solid certainty in your mind over your material domain. And there's definitely going to be a change in your fortune, I would say for the better, coming this week. But even if it's not exactly for the better, you'll still know what to do about it. And again, the outcome being that you have complete command over all the energies coming into your life. So, looks like a pretty cool week to me. And although I'm speaking this to you, this applies to me too. It applies to us all. So it's hard to do like a completely general reading every week like this. I'd really prefer to move to more direct readings for actual people. So that's what I want to start doing on TikTok and doing them live. And if that goes well and there's enough interest, maybe I'll bring that over to my YouTube and start doing lives on my YouTube if I take questions beforehand. Although I'm just getting started on Twitch too, and it's a little bit easier to do live stuff on Twitch. I'm going to be playing games, but I'm also going to be doing tarot readings on Twitch, and hopefully I'll be taking questions doing that. And I'm at Orion on Twitch, and I'm going to be doing like bedtime readings and stuff like that too. So yeah, so all in all, not a bad week. I enjoyed spending time with you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I wish you bright blessings and much love. Mwah.